Welcome to the pin ceremony, class of 2020, parents, school, and church faculty and loved ones. Thank you, parents, colleagues, and students for attending this pivotal day in the lives of our St. Cecilia 8th graders. On behalf of St. Cecilia faculty, we appreciate your support more than you know. Today signifies the first step in the graduation process. The 8th graders will be delivering their farewell speeches, culminating their years at SC. Then they are given a class pin that has been chosen by the class to represent them. The pin appropriately encompasses faith, hope, and love. The class of 2020 has made an indelible mark on this school that will last forever. The class of 2020, united as a group, has shown their ability to lead in hope, faith, and love. They have gone the extra mile in the name of Jesus and have followed in his footsteps as they learned the true meaning of acceptance in their actions and words. Sharing their faith journeys with one another has connected them in a special way. And the experience has built a foundation of trust and respect. Class of 2020, thank you for sharing your gifts with St. Cecilia School.
The graduating class of 2020 chose the pin with the 3 most crucial virtues to have approaching the last trimester. When we chose this pin, we did not expect what was to become of our last year of middle school. Our pin exemplifies what we believe to be the 3 most helpful values to maintain during difficulty in life: faith, hope, and love. We have overcome many trials in this year, but I think we can agree that not being with our teachers, friends, and parish for the last trimester takes the cake as the most difficult tribulation. Faith, which is represented by the cross, is the most important virtue to always have in our hearts. God is always there to hold our hands as we make our way down the path of life, and he will continue to believe in us. As we trudge through these times, it is of utmost importance to have faith in God, who will always deliver. The second symbol on the pin contains a small but very mighty anchor. This anchor represents hope, unconditional hope that brings people together and brings our class happiness. This hope will be a reminder for all of us that bad situations will always get better as we continue on to high school. We do not know what challenges we will face during our high school years, and that is why it's crucial to keep hope that things will get better. It is important to know that even though we can't see each other in person now, we will always love one another as we always have. This brings me to the last item on the pin, which is a heart. The heart very obviously projects love, and love defines everything that we do as a class. We all love our peers, whether they've been here for the entire year or if they've been there for their whole lives. This part of the pin symbolizes that we will always have people in our lives that love us, even if we can't see them. Although we can't sit next to our friends in Ms. Hoskins' language arts class, we will always love one another now more than ever. One of these virtues does not work without one another. To have faith is to have hope, and to have hope there needs to be fundamental love. These 3 virtues are important to always hold close to our hearts as we approach high school and carry throughout our lives. Thank you.
As President Lincoln said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. I was researching a video game and I learned about the butterfly effect. The idea is that a flap of a butterfly's wings caused a tornado on the other side of the world. The meaning behind this is that the seemingly tiny decisions we make in the past can greatly affect the future. For the past 11 years at St. Cecilia, I have made many butterfly effects that have led me up to where I am today. The teachers and students at SC have built me up and shaped me. Most importantly, SC has fostered my Catholic faith since the beginning, and I now have a strong Catholic faith. I would like to thank my parents for first introducing me to Catholicism, sending me to St. Cecilia School, and letting me play video games. Thank you.
The visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world. Malcolm Gladwell. Good morning, St. Cecilia staff, parents, and classmates. My name is Alyssa Aranda, and my life at SC is like a piece of paper folding upon itself. Every fold represents all the impacts made in my life that have molded me into who I am today. Each crease is different, but has meaning, influencing everything I am. Some folds are for my spiritual journey, and some folds represent all the ups and downs, the swayings on and off the path of life. In the end, I am folded in every which way, and sometimes it's confusing. Each fold is me, and I embrace all of it because I walk the journey of folds. I want to thank everyone who has been there for me, for my teachers who have guided me in my academic journey, my friends who have supported me emotionally, and especially my parents. My parents who have supported me in everything I do and have pushed me to go forward and be the best I can be. From the fun, joyous days to the downturned, rainy days when everything seems lost. Thank you for pulling me towards the light of God and the light of His truth.
Good morning, fathers, Mrs. Alvarado, parents, staff, and fellow peers. My name is Andrew Kim, and I'll be sharing my story at St. Cecilia. I stepped foot onto the campus of this amazing school, curious of the person I would become and the classmates I would meet along the way. Throughout my SC years, I grew extremely close with my class as we would spend the next 8 years of our lives together. When I think of the class of 2020, I think of a crayon box. In a box of crayons, every crayon is unique, both in substance and purpose. A green crayon could not be used to color a brightly lit sun. No crayon can take the role of another. Similarly, everyone in this class has distinct personalities and talents that God has bestowed upon us. No student is replaceable. People may look at our class and only see a small group of teenagers. However, we at SC have learned that a small size is not a disadvantage. Just like how crayons can be mixed to create new colors that were not available before, my classmates and I utilize this and take advantage of our small size to draw us closer and accomplish more than what others might expect. Finally, crayons are not very useful on their own. After all, how many artworks contain only one color? But when you combine crayons in a box, they are given a new unified purpose brought to fruition by an artist. We at SC are ultimately unified by our artist, the artist, our God. With all our sets of colors and unique goals in life, we are brought together for the purpose of enhancing His masterpiece, His vision, and listening to His calling. Since the first grade, I dreamt about what it would feel like to graduate. Now I stand here on the shoulders of my mentors, looking towards my future with clarity and excitement. From receiving our first Holy Communion to our 8th grade Pally endeavors, I leave SC with 3 things: a family of colorful characters, a vividly colored home away from home, and a living testimony to God's masterpiece. Thank you.
Life is like an ocean. Strong, ferocious waves can try to knock me down and push me back to where I started. But once I fight through them, the entire ocean is mine. Good morning, St. Cecilia staff, parents, and fellow classmates. My name is Ashley Lean, and I am part of this graduating class of 2020. My journey started at St. Cecilia in the 2nd grade. As the new kid, I was basically terrified of everyone, even though I had no reason to be. Every day I would cry if I didn't understand a subject, or I cried just because. But I have grown a lot since then. Our world is experiencing a time where it feels like the waves are crashing in around us. Yet St. Cecilia still stands strong, giving support and love to our 8th grade class. I want to thank everyone who made my time at St. Cecilia special. Thank you to my classmates for all the memories we've made together. Thank you to my teachers for all your support throughout the years and making my transition back to St. Cecilia feel like I never left. Thank you to my mom, my dad, and my brothers for your patience with me and always helping me to get through difficult times. And finally, thank you, God, for bringing these amazing people into my life. As I transition into high school, I know there will be ups and downs just like the rise and fall of the tides. But I know my Lord will be with me every step of the way.
Hello to all the teachers, staff, parents, and students. First off, I want to thank you for giving me a precious year I will remember for the rest of my life. My name is Bella Reed, and this was my first year at St. Cecilia. I have participated in volleyball, choir, and met so many new people. I have learned that there will be challenges now, in high school, and in my future. And instead of giving up, I just have to persevere until I finish the tasks. This year, my life has been like a forest. Even though we are all leaving our roots behind, we will always have the memories of St. Cecilia forever. These memories are like the roots of the trees in the forest as they form a network that sends nutrients to fellow trees. Trees are vital since they give us oxygen, essential for living, just like my parents who remain life-giving to me on a daily basis. My classmates and I have struggled together and made memories together. St. Cecilia has helped me prepare for high school by encouraging me to develop my academic skills as well as grow spiritually in my faith journey. I have learned the values and importance of virtues and how I can apply them to my daily life. Even though we are affected by the pandemic, St. Cecilia has taught me to be patient and persevere until the next step. I refuse to let this pandemic dictate my time at St. Cecilia. As I look back on it, I realize that this year has given me joy, knowledge, and memories, and those are gifts from God. Just like water and nutrients from the soil are gifts to a tree and its survival. On Water Day, I plan to use everything I learned this year and plan to grow to my fullest potential, and that is truly a blessing in my life. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Bei. I am the only student present in the 8th grade at St. Cecilia who has spent the shortest time as SC since I started attending from mid-November of 2019. I have been attending SC for only 4 months before the school had closed due to COVID-19. However, within this short period of time at St. Cecilia, I have gained so much that I will never forget in my life. Actually, there are numerous experiences and an abundance of knowledge that I have learned by attending St. Cecilia, such as learning the English language, participating in STEM science team project, playing basketball with my classmates after school, and I will never forget about the 8th grade trip to Pali Mountain Leadership Camp. St. Cecilia has not only helped me to learn and expand my English skills, but it also taught me more about my Catholic faith, helped me to improve my relationship with God, and has taught me so much about the American culture and traditions. In addition, my classmates have been kind and caring and have helped me to adjust to a new school life as well as my new life in California. There has never been a time at St. Cecilia that I felt I was alone because of the language barrier. All of teachers helped me, and overall, St. Cecilia has been my first home in the United States where I feel like I am always welcomed, loved, and cared for. Unlike the previous schools that I attended which only focused and taught academic subjects and prepped me for college, St. Cecilia is different as it taught me how I should live and how I should love the Lord. Yes, I have learned math, English, science, and history too. But I am leaving this school with one important lesson which has taught me so much about my life and God. Let all that you do be done in love. Thank you.
At St. Cecilia Catholic School, I felt like I did not know much, but I know I have grown. My time here has taught me one thing. Life is a play. The play in question is unrehearsed, and the cast is scrambling to memorize lines in between the scenes. Who is the director of this play? The director is God. He has given us a script to follow to the best of our ability. If God is the director, then the script is his commandments. Just like a director encouraging the cast to follow the script and not to cut their lines short, God supports us and helps us realize that we need to follow his commandments completely in order to be successful in this play. God provides us with a supporting cast who are my teachers and classmates, and he provides us with an enthusiastic audience. Sitting in that front row are always my twin sister, Bella, and my parents. This was my first experience in a Catholic school, and though I am not Catholic, I recognize that the setting and the cast of this play encouraged me not only to believe in the existence of God, but also in his teachings. And so, to my fellow classmates, even though the world might pressure us and seem discouraging at times, remember, the show must go on.
Football fans. Football is like life. It requires perseverance, self-denial, hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and respect for authority. My St. Cecilia experience has been like my football career. It was all going well until I broke my leg. It was a serious break and I had to learn a new way of life. I had to do things different from what I was used to in the past. I needed to trust people that I did not know for more than a few months. The transition was smooth, and Essie was extremely helpful. When I came to St. Cecilia this year, everyone was very inviting and accepting of me, even though we just met. I have not had a school experience such as the one I've had at St. Cecilia ever in my life. Football has taught me so much about life. It has taught me to persevere in my goals, to accept self-denial in what I want, to work to my full potential, to sacrifice like my loving parents, to be dedicated to my Catholic faith, and to respect authority on the field, in my home, at school. Football is like life. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's not what I want.
Good afternoon. My name is Faith Rohani and I would like to thank you all for attending and sharing this moment together. Sadly, we are not able to gather in person, but we are still able to celebrate our achievements. I just now realized that school is literally just like a chapter book found in our St. Cecilia School Library. Everything that has ever happened to us is just another page in our book. Each year, another point on our plot diagram. For many of us, the introduction occurred in kindergarten. We learned the alphabet, how to tie our shoes, and made friends. At that time, life was simple. We moved through elementary school, like the Rising Action and Adventure book. Learning lessons like sharing is caring, the golden rule, being respectful of elders, and that God is always near when you need Him. We also learned how to make new friends while keeping our old ones. This chapter also had many challenges of learning basic math and how to read and spell. Those were some rough times, yet gummy bears always seemed to make us smile. In middle school, the plot thickened and the conflicts became more serious. We all worked on building friendships and growing academically. More importantly, we learned how to balance our emotions and grow closer to God. As we transitioned from childhood to our teenage years, bonding as a class. As we entered the last year and final chapter of our book, school and homework got significantly harder. However, we still found time to display our school pride. Pally Mountain tightened our bonds, and we began looking forward to all the fun class activities 8th grade would bring in the spring. However, the climax of the pandemic took us by surprise. Although we are all physically separated, our bonds are tight. We can bring our memories and friendships back in our minds and hearts as we go through the difficult time together. We must remember that not every chapter book will be light reading. There will be some struggles, just like conflicts in a book, but we can never stop writing. We must also remember that we did not write this book alone. Our parents and teachers guided and supported us along the way. I am grateful that my parents gave me the opportunity to attend St. Cecilia's School, and for the teachers who inspired me to always try my best and to never give up on a challenge.
Congratulations, we're going to pin you forever. Good.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Alvarado, teachers, staff, and class of 2020. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who is present today for supporting us through the end of our 8th grade year. Whether you're lying on your couch or still in your pajamas, on behalf of the class of 2020, we thank you. Throughout this decade that I have been at St. Cecilia, I reflect on these past years and picture them like a roller coaster. I was 4 years old when I first boarded this ride. I stepped foot into Mrs. Bross's pre-K classroom with my sparkly size 9 twinkle toes, and soon that year flashed by, then kindergarten. As school begins to progress, I reach for those ups and I find some downs just like in a roller coaster. This spring, we reached a down that not only affected our lives, but the whole world. Faster than we realized, we found ourselves spending our last few months of St. Cecilia in our homes rather than our desks at school. without having the opportunity to say goodbye to our classmates. I understand the seriousness of the virus, however, the reality of leaving behind my 8th grade year was difficult, and that is why I thank my parents for supporting me through all these twisty turns and teaching me that everything has a purpose. I now realize that sometimes we just have to put our hands up, perhaps scream of excitement, and enjoy even the downs in life. Thank you to all the staff and teachers for teaching me not only academics but life experiences, and for influencing my Catholic faith journey. Thank you for sticking with us through these times. Thank you, class of 2020, for making these last 10 years special. And as we reach an end to this exciting ride, we walk off together as we board our next adventure. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome, Ms. Alvarado, parents, and staff. St. Cecilia will always remind me of a scrapbook because scrapbooks are meant to preserve the greatest memories of life, from my first communion to our field trip to Homeboy Industries. I truly believe St. Cecilia is responsible for some of the happiest moments of my life, like my journey through my middle school years with some of the most wonderful, best friends I could ever ask for. It has also opened me to many opportunities I would have never even considered without the help of my teachers, such as joining academic decathlon or expanding my interest in English. Many of my scrapbook pages would include the many times I participated in Mass or volunteered at soup kitchens with my peers in parish. My time at St. Cecilia has been amazing thanks to the thoughtful, awesome staff and priests, my great friends, and especially my parents who have sacrificed so much for me to be here. In gratitude, I would love to say thank you to everyone who has helped me through my journey. I believe only the best events should be put into scrapbooks, and my journey at St. Cecilia is something definitely worth remembering. Thank you for your time.
Purpose is a key to a successful life. This is a motto that I learned from my dad during my practices and personally when we talk to each other. I live by this motto ever since then. This motto can be applied to everyday life. It means to obtain the ability to tell the difference between the fact that something is wrong and right, and to always do right, even if no one's looking. My mom and dad, as well as SC, have helped me to form this moral compass I have, and shaped me into the man I am today. Along with the teachers and staff members, St. Cecilia School has supported me as I look ahead to high school. As a class, we have grown closer. The experience of Pi Mile Leadership Camp has changed my view of the class significantly. I'm able to see them now with the different personalities. However, we are still able to act as one united group guided by the grace of God. Again, I would not be the person I am today standing before you here without the sacrifice of my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for all the hard work you've done for me. Make us to choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong, and to never to be content with the half truth when the whole truth can be one. Thank you all.
Parents and students, I started my years at St. Cecilia as a flower, small, delicate, and just blooming. Kindergarten was a very important time in my life, and no, I do not just say that because we got gummy bears in nap time. It was a time I learned a very valuable lesson in my life, or more of a special word, perseverance. Mrs. D taught me this word one day in class, and during recess, I was put to the test. The monkey bars were especially difficult for me, but I kept telling myself to persevere. I can do it, just persevere. I made it across, and that was the day I learned to never give up, even if it was as simple as the monkey bars. I knew I would have to persevere a lot from that point forward. I had to persevere through my insecurities, through my doubts, my faith, academics, and especially this pandemic. I had to overcome my fears of disappointing others or missing out to fully bloom into the person I have become today. But just as life changes and evolves, so did I. I grew into new hobbies, passions I love, gifts and talents, and especially my class. At Pali, my growth had come full circle. I overcame fears I would never have attempted on my own, but I kept on climbing, even though I was tired, exhausted, and really cold. SC has shown me not to be afraid of myself, but instead to embrace my mishaps and differences. SC has taught me to follow my dreams, and now I know what I would love to pursue in my future. SC is like a second home to me, while my 8th grade class is like another family to me, but I could never have done it without my parents.
So now I'm no longer a small, delicate flower, but a strong, sturdy, and reliable tree with branches growing stronger daily. A tree prepared to weather the storms ahead, as well as the bright, sunny days ahead.
Hello teachers, parents, and peers. To start off, my experience at SC was like a sky full of bright, vivid, bursting fireworks. When I look at fireworks, I visualize a fountain of beautiful creations. Some don't think much of a firework, but what I see is a design that can impact someone's vision in an unbelievable way. A firework also creates a scenery of various beautiful colors that stand out and has the ability to stay in someone's memory for a lifetime. The vision of fireworks expresses the experiences I had at SC and the people I hope to remember for more than a lifetime. As I watch all the lights of fireworks burst into the sky and light up the whole city, it reminds me of the people at SC. They're like family to me. They were my fireworks because they were the beautiful light that shined away from me. My teachers have all shaped me to become the person I am and the person I hope to be in the future. The fireworks explode and they divide into different fragments and travel into different directions, which creates a new change. That change is high school. My SC fireworks have helped me to conquer a new journey of preparation in the future. My future would not have been possible without my loving family and God walking every step of the way with me. Thank you to SC for being my firework and blessing me with people that have created the best memories with me that I will keep for a lifetime.
Congratulations.
Champion was once a contender who refuses to give up. This slogan helps me to sum up my life at St. Cecilia. I have always understood that I have to practice to get better. I learned this in my swim. I associated my years at St. Cecilia School with swimming. I prepared myself for every outcome of the day and tried my best to succeed every minute. My St. Cecilia experience has taught me to become a better, more virtuous person over time. I plan to set those same virtuous examples towards my everyday activities and my family in the future with God by my side. I experienced the good at St. Cecilia, and sometimes the odds seemed against me. But I am a contender who refuses to give up throughout my experience at St. Cecilia School. SC has guided me to become a more disciplined, responsible person who wishes to serve others rather than myself. I plan to set those same virtuous examples into my life towards my everyday activities and my family. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and my grandparents for always being there for me. Thank you.
Teachers and colleagues. I am Lucas Rodriguez, class of 2020, and I wanted to start off by saying thank you to you, my teachers, my classmates, and most of all my parents. My parents were my torch that would light the path for me to high school, but most importantly, they love me. My parents always tell me that no matter the situation, and no matter how big or how small the mistake, they will always love me above all things. They were the ones who were there for me at the beginning of this 8th grade year. At the very beginning of 8th grade, I was absolutely terrified of Mrs. Hoskin, but as time went on, I realized that Mrs. Hoskin was not there to give consequences to us for our mistakes, but rather she was there to help us learn from our mistakes. She was not just my teacher, she was my mentor. As my adventure at St. Cecilia continued, I felt my classmates and I had grown a strong bond of friendship. We are always there next to each other, and when one of us falls, we are all there to help them get back up. Although the pandemic halted us from seeing each other physically, my friends and I did not let that stop us from finishing our final days at SC. We continue to communicate through Zooms and through video games, mostly through video games. This year at St. Cecilia has reminded me of a Christmas present. It is always a huge surprise, but this year was a little different. Instead of receiving a thrilling and engaging video game, it was like opening a bag of coal. This too shall pass. St. Cecilia has prepared me to continue my faith formation at Servite High School, and I feel that if I went to any other school, I would not have had the same experiences, opportunities, or education. I've had so much fun and learned so much in my 10 years at SC, and I cannot express how grateful I am to all the wonderful teachers and staff. I am going to forever cherish these beautiful moments, and I cannot wait to continue my St. Cecilia journey at Servite. Thank you.
here at St. Cecilia with my childhood. And although I'm sure my mom wants me to hold on to being a child forever, I believe I and many others are more than ready to advance onto the next stages of life. My St. Cecilia experience has provided me with memories, lessons, and skills that have undoubtedly given me the potential strength to overcome any challenge I may face in the future. And it is no surprise that I see the same in many of my peers. I plan to refine the talents I have currently and use them to make everyone around me feel loved and supported, in turn encouraging them to spread the message. I aim to inspire others, but I will never forget those who have inspired me. My mom's loving arms, always ready for me to fall back on, yet pushing me to go farther than I did before, invokes a feeling of love that I strive to give others who need it. I feel the achievements this class possess are a reflection of the parents and staff, built upon and held up by the unconditional love we have grown up with. It's a matter of time before we are all successful, faithful leaders, and it's thanks to you, those who are listening right now. Thank you.
Avocado lovers. You can't make everyone happy. You're not an avocado. This was my mom's favorite analogy for me during my years at St. Cecilia. Although I may not have always understood it, that is how I lived my life at St. Cecilia. When I was in pre-K with Miss Bratz, I cut my hair. I mean, a big chunk of my hair. The teachers knew it was me, but I vehemently denied it. That was my first trip to the principal's office. I was, as Miss Hoskin called it, spirited. In fact, very spirited. As life would have it, I was sent to Miss Hoskin's class for being a bit too spirited. The 8th graders and I spent about 5 minutes together, but I decided it would be so much more fun to sing Part of That World from The Little Mermaid to all of them. My point is that St. Cecilia was a family to me. I am the person I am today because of the love, care, and yes, fun I experienced at school. I remember another time I was sent to Miss Phillips' classroom, and I sat in her spinning chair and again sang a song for the whole 5th grade. Now, I see how one may not think I have a real connection with my teachers, but I will forever be grateful to them. They have made me into the person I am today. They encouraged me to be myself, and I believe that that is the most important thing I could have ever learned. Thank you to my parents, teachers, and the Holy Spirit for the guidance you've offered me through my years at St. Cecilia.
Good morning, priests, parents, teachers, staff, and fellow colleagues. Throughout my years at St. Cecilia, I've gained much confidence in myself and my classmates from the experiences we've shared over the years, such as altar serving, Powder Mountain Leadership Camp, collaboration on STEM projects, and other cool activities. As I reflect on those years, I've come to realize they were much like a TV show. We first begin with my classmates and friends. These lovely people represent the unforgettable characters of the show, with their jokes and personalities that brighten up the day. Next we have the principal, teachers, and staff. They represent the scriptwriters. They create and execute the curriculum of our education and help us prepare for high school, where our stories will continue. Our Catholic faith represents the directors of the show. Our faith in Christ is a foundation for our Catholic education and identity. The film crew of the TV show can be compared to grades, as they record the grades we earn. Last but not least, we have our parents. They represent the producers of the show. If not for them, we as students would not have this wonderful opportunity to have a Catholic education and grow in our faith. So as the final season ends and we graduate, we will go into high school to start new shows of our own. Thank you.
Staff, parents, and peers. As we end our journey at SC, our new beginning in high school starts. SC is a clothesline, our different lessons and values learned along the way. As the clothes line up, hanging from the clothesline, each garment expresses different events, activities, and memories of my time spent at SC. Along with these clothes, each represents a learned lesson, a moral taught, a victory earned, or a challenge that hindered growth. Everything took its time, with different values being built faster while others were slower and more time-consuming. Teachers being the clothespin, supporting us, inspiring us, and holding us accountable. St. Cecilia has shaped me as the Catholic I am today, along with my parents. I've come to really appreciate religion class en masse, and I now see the impact it made on me. SC has taught me to be grateful and humble, and being able to attend St. Cecilia for 8 years has been such a blessing, by making amazing friendships and bonds with classmates. Our experiences were always amazing, and as an example, Homeboy really taught me to be grateful for my family and life that I have. These wonderful 8 years would have not been possible without my parents. Now as I start to take these values and lessons from SC off the clothesline, I ask God to continue to bless my journey. Thank you.
Good morning, my fellow students, teachers, parents, and priests. Does anybody happen to have any toilet paper I could buy? Well, my SC journey can relate to something we're all thinking about now, or I've thought about in the last 2 months: toilet paper. I know it seems like those two things are not related in even the slightest way, but through these past couple of weeks, I've realized something. Toilet paper is a normal thing we all use, like school. We all go to school daily, but I truly didn't realize how precious and rare toilet paper was until it was taken away from me. I think we've all learned how much school really means to us. I as well have started to realize how important every last piece of toilet paper is and how much I really needed it in my life. I now know how precious and rare my years at SC have been. I've made unforgettable memories and gained so much knowledge. I've met my amazing friends and supportive teachers who have always been there for me in my life. A roll of toilet paper seems like it will last a lifetime. But then I realized I forgot to buy toilet paper on my last grocery run, and the roll finally comes to an end. Then I'm so grateful for the mere concept of toilet paper, even to the last sheet. Though my journey is coming to an end, I'm so grateful for every lesson I've learned, all the friends I've made, and the many experiences I've had through my years at SC. I'm so thankful for my parents, teachers, and friends who have guided me and supported me to grow in so many different areas. They taught me how to grow in my Catholic faith, develop my knowledge in academics, and enhance my relationships. Parents, teachers, and friends have assured me, even when times get tough, I've got to roll with it.
Congratulations, Marissa. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Good day. My name is Matthew Schoenbacher, but some of you may know me as the Christmas tree from the Christmas pageant. Now, out of all my time and parents' money spent out in St. Cecilia, I can say that my time at SC can be compared to a tree. The roots represented my family for supporting me. The trunk represents my school because as the trunk supports the branches, school started my education and introduced me into society. The branches are my friends, as they are always supporting me and helping me to be the best version of myself. Last, there are the leaves, and they represent me and my various talents and gifts I have gained on my journey, because if there were no trees, roots, or branches, there would be no leaves. I love this school because it has been my foundation for my Catholic faith, and I hope to carry on what I've learned from here on to high school and forward. The simple fact is, without all of you, I would never be able to be who I am today. Now, I know you would love to listen to me all day, but all good things must come to an end. I would like to end by giving a big thanks to my parents for supporting me my whole way through this journey since preschool and encouraging me to stay on the right path and always be confident. I would also like to thank all of my teachers, even if not all of them are here, for guiding me and looking out for me during my time here at SC. And last, I would like to thank all my friends for staying with me and supporting me through my journey. Thank you all again.
For the St. Cecilia Church, Mrs. Alvarado, SC staff, parents, and classmates. Since the beginning of my kindergarten year, I have always felt the love at St. Cecilia School, in a manner that is difficult to explain. The best thing I can compare my Catholic faith and educational journey to is a carnival. I say this in the most respectful manner because when I first enter a carnival, there are unimaginable possibilities and experiences awaiting me. I enter with an open heart and mind to unbelievable activities, events, projects, and experiences. When I entered the doors of SC, I understood that it would truly shape and form me to what I have become today. Experiencing the rides together and making memories with the people around me is my favorite because I am a people person. Mrs. Hoskin often remarks, "Signing autographs again, Matthew." But I love connecting with people. It is my gift from God. The roller coaster at the fair is like the journey through all the years at SC, as it includes many twists and turns, ups and downs, and unexpected drops and dips that I have experienced and have overcome. This is due to the love and dedication of my parents. I would not have the confidence I have today without my loving parents. Their sacrifices for me are beyond anything I can pay them for back. All of their unconditional love and support has brought me to where I am today. I have accomplished much during my years at SC, loyal friendships, strengthened family, and bonds with people I will never forget. I hope to leave a legacy that will inspire students to become who they truly are. Because of this has become a reality for me at SC. I am an individual, and SC has given me that gift to experience my individuality in a variety of ways, such as the spring show and the Christmas pageant. My plans at Servite are to accomplish my goals of a great education, strong bonds with the community. I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity.
For the past 10 years, St. Cecilia has provided me with a second home and a place to feel comfortable. St. Cecilia has given me the freedom to participate in an abundant amount of activities and events that have deepened my leadership qualities and have prepared me for the future. My Catholic faith has always been an important part of my life, and St. Cecilia has helped me deepen my love for God and has taught me how to live my life like Christ. I've been blessed to participate in many faith-centered activities at St. Cecilia, including living stations, faith families, and altar serving. These activities have helped me spread Christ's light and learn what he endured in his life on earth. Family is important in life, and the bonds I have made with all my classmates these years have made me feel like they are my family. This 8th grade year, I feel that my classmates and I have especially grown together in friendship. Leading the Christmas show and attending Pally Leadership Camp gave us the opportunity to come together and share our different personalities. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents and all of my teachers for always helping me and giving me a strong foundation for the future. I will never forget this class and all we accomplished together. Thank you.
The motto that many would recognize as it started a lot of class of 2020's journeys at SC. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. This was the school's motto when we were in kindergarten, and as you can see, we have definitely grown as a class since then. I would like to thank my family, teachers, and fellow peers for setting the foundation of our lives. Now, I'm going to talk about something that we all know and love, cake. To make a cake, it takes many layers, and every layer takes time, precision, and effort. During my time at SC, I have created a 9-layer cake. As each year passed at SC, my growth and development stacked up to make me a better student, friend, brother, athlete, and child of God. Pivotal moments that really made my cake amazing were baptism, the sacraments of First Communion and Reconciliation, this year's Christmas pageant, and last but very not least, the boys basketball 3-time champions. Each of these diverse layers either made me a better student, more loving child of God, more flexible athlete, or a more distinctive person. I would like to conclude with a thank you to everyone that has helped set my foundation of success for not only me, but for every student in the class of 2020. Thank you. Here you go.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Greetings, staff, parents, and students. Someone once said, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. This speaks to me. All my years at SC have been greatly influenced by these factors. However, I am not the only one contributing to my success. My parents, teachers, and peers have all been a huge factor in my success. My teachers. They represent some of the most straightforward factors, hard work and learning. They have taught me over the years, helping me to grow as a student and as a Catholic. My parents represent the drive that keeps me going, the reason why I stay strong in my studies. They embody my love of what I am doing or learning about. Finally, my peers. They are the ones that help keep me going, the ones that help with perseverance in studying, the ones that I know are learning with me. They are my friends. I would like to thank all of you for sacrificing so much for my success, and I wish the class of 2020 well on their own individual journeys. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sean Sandoval, and I have been at St. Cecilia School since kindergarten. My experience at SC is like a hamburger. The meat of the hamburger represents the Catholic faith I have learned through my parents and at St. Cecilia. My faith is the main component of my life, just like the meat of the hamburger. The lettuce represents all the friendships that I have made over the years, for it has made me a better person and helped me through all the difficult times at SC. Lettuce is an ingredient that enhances the main food item, which is the hamburger. The tomato in the hamburger represents all my teachers, for they have made me a better student, a better leader, and a better learner. Tomatoes are actually a fruit, since the seeds of the tomato give a certain zest, just like teachers. Some are easy and some are not. The mustard represents all the great experiences, like performing at all the shows we do at St. Cecilia, and all the engaging activities. The ingredient of ketchup represents my family, as they guide me in the right path through my life and gave me the opportunity to attend St. Cecilia School. Ketchup can be thick and runny, but with family it is always thick. The bun of the hamburger represents St. Cecilia School as a whole, because it holds everything together and houses everything from academics to memories created to besting friendships I have made. Thank you.
Congratulations, honey.
Good job.
Staff, family members, and graduates. Congratulations, class of 2020. We are the brave survivors of distance learning. My name is Vincent Casella, and I'm a proud graduate of St. Cecilia School, class of 2020. As I deeply reflect on all the years present at St. Cecilia School, I feel a sense of accomplishment and gratitude. I'm confident that St. Cecilia's has prepared me for the next chapter of my young life. I feel SC has instilled an invaluable education and a lasting, Catholic, faith-filled foundation. I am eager and ready for high school and the new and exciting challenges it will bring. I will always hold dear the learned lessons SC has taught me. These lessons remind me of an amusing analogy. I have to warn you, us Italians derive analogies from food. I feel my time at SC is like a rich pan of lasagna. The pasta noodles are the staff, strong, hearty, and durable. The sauce is representative of the 8th grade students that add a sense of robust taste and vibrant color, while the parents and family members are the pan that holds the ingredients together. Finally, the oven's heat is our Catholic faith that infuses the meal with hope and love. As you can see, not one ingredient can stand solely on its own. To create a masterpiece, it takes layers of love. Thank you again.
SC staff, parents, and classmates. I would have much rather liked to see all of you in person, but I keep in mind that God has a plan and will never give us something we cannot handle. My years at St. Cecilia have been like learning how to surf. At the very beginning, I needed help and I was dependent. Some days I would fall and get tossed around by the waves, but I was taught to always get up and try again. St. Cecilia has taught me that the epic fail is not trying. Through my years at SC and learning how to surf, I grew confidence and I became more independent. St. Cecilia has taught me how to make God my anchor, and I will use that for the rest of my faith-filled journey in life. Thank you, St. Cecilia staff, for always believing in me when I did not believe in myself. And to my classmates that I call family, thank you for making the last 10 years amazing, fun, joyful, and filled with happiness. And last but not least, thank you, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me and giving me the education that I need to succeed. I'm very grateful to have amazing parents, teachers, and classmates who have made my surfing journey a multitude of turbulent yet smooth and peaceful waves. ultimately hanging 10, and truly accomplishing the barrel ride. The barrel ride gives the surfer the feeling of self-confidence, peace, and achievement. Thank you.
Woohoo! Congratulations, Victoria.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I'd like to give a thank you to the teachers, staff, parents, and students who made these years at St. Cecilia possible. Without all of you here, my years here wouldn't be the same. One thing that happened to catch my attention is how all the ups and downs are very layered, almost like the rings of a tree, a book, or an onion. If I could compare my years at St. Cecilia to one thing, it would be an onion. Like the onion, my years at St. Cecilia have many layers. From the moment I first came to now, within each and every year there are many layers, and these layers together form what is known as an onion. Each layer fits perfectly into another, different but each piece fitting flawlessly into each other. What started as a seed developed into an onion. Though some may never see the onion, since it is underground, it is an indelible part of the plant. It is unlikely that you have ever taken a moment to admire the beautiful complexity of the onion. In a way, it is very much like the rings of a tree. Each year it grows, gaining another ring and growing in maturity. In this sense, we are all onions. We have layers and a result of the teacher's effort and time put into our development. Moving onward to high school, I believe that even though the onion will continue to grow, at the very center and heart will be our years spent at St. Cecilia.
Games, games, games. Everyone loves games, especially video games. Fortnite being one of my favorite. I like to compare my years at SC to a video game, and I think that every momentous chapter or event these past 11 years was just like trying out a new game. Yes, a video game may be something silly or not taken seriously, but to me, it's something I can compare my life to. I am the controller, embarking on every journey as if it was a game. But of course, a controller cannot function without batteries, which represents all the support I received here at SC. I could not be who I am now without my parents, priests, and teachers who were always there for me. Without them, I wouldn't have grown in self-confidence or have felt prepared for high school. My parents are always there to support me in every decision I make. From waking up early to take me to AD practice, to come in the afternoon to watch my basketball games, they are always there for me. My Catholic faith is a gaming console. Just like a gaming console is the foundation of playing a video game, my Catholic faith is the key to my education and one of the many aspects that make me who I am today. Last but not least, I have the game itself, representing all the ups and downs of every single adventure of my life. Every laugh, every difficult test, every memory was not accomplished alone. I had friends. My friends are the people I am going to miss most in high school because we did everything together. We experienced Pally as a class, competed in sports with each other, and even stressed together over procrastinating in our schoolwork. Some I've known for 11 years, and some I've known for only 1, but they're all family. So just like a game is difficult to put down, it will be difficult for me to leave the friends I made here. However, moving on, I know I am prepared for high school and ready to tackle the adventure of life that lies ahead. Thank you.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
We love you.
Congratulations, St. Cecilia School, Class of 2020.
Congratulations, graduates, on your wonderful pin ceremony speeches. Hopefully, our families and friends were able to catch a glimpse of the varied personalities that make up the Class of 2020. While you are all uniquely gifted and talented, you have worked so beautifully as a class during your years at St. Cecilia School. Today, grads, I leave you with the words that were our school motto this year. Let all that you do be done in love. And lastly, I share with you the words that Father Bao, our dear pastor, has shared with all of us on so many occasions. God loves you, and so do I. God bless you.
I love my buddy Mahaya because she is nice, friendly, and funny. I'll miss doing fun stuff with her and walking together with my buddy. Good luck, Mahaya. I love my buddy Marissa because she is funny and kind. I will miss writing stories with my buddy. I love my buddy Grace because she always care about me. I miss doing coloring with my buddy. Have a great time at high school. I love my buddy Bella because she's so nice and we have the same birthday. And I miss going to mass with her and I miss her hugs. I love my buddy Ashley because she is nice. I miss playing with my buddy. I miss my buddy Nicholas because he's nice, and I miss doing with him reading. I miss Vinny and Jacob because I used to hang out with them at class. I love them because I miss them. Bye. I love my buddy Marcy because I will miss playing with her. I love my buddy Nicholas and I love him because he goes to church with me and I miss going to school with him. I love my buddies Lucas and Lalo because I will miss doing coding with my buddies. And thank you and good luck at Survivor. I like my buddy Ollie because I like playing with him. I like my buddy Sean because I like to play with him. I love my buddy Alyssa because she's nice. I will miss doing coding with my buddy. Hi Grace. I'm so thankful for you graduating from school. I hope that you have a fun time on your first day of high school. I will miss you so much with pushing me on the swings and making me go higher and higher. And I really want you to thank you for being my best big buddy for St. Cecilia School. And I hope you feel healthy and strong and I wish you could be my buddy ever again. Goodbye, Grace. I love my buddies, Matthew and Andrew, because they're so nice and I miss going on the playground with them and going to church with them. I love my buddy Faith because she is kind of nice to me. I miss going to church with her. Jaden, I miss you. I miss going to church with you. Good luck at high school. I love you. I love Adela and Maddie because they help me on the red bars and I miss going to the park with them. And I love you, Jessie. I miss you. I love my buddies Brock and Ryan because they're so funny. Plus, they help me with coding. I will miss going to mass with my buddies. Bye. I love my buddy Ben because he's fun and I miss playing with him. I love my buddies Matthew and Maddox because they take good care of me. I will miss going to church together with my buddies. Congratulations. I love you, Maddox and Matthew. Love, Evan. Bye! Bye, Maddox and Matthew.
1.
I like Victoria because she's nice. And what I miss about her is by going to church with my buddy. I love my buddy because Nicholas, and Justin because they can do magic tricks. I will miss reading and going to church with my buddies. Love and miss you. Bye, Ryu.